This is my layout. There's not really much to look at right now. It's supposed to be an 8x8 L-shaped industrial switching layout with several industries. This is my current motive power on the layout. Two Atlas MP15 DCs painted up for the Manufacturers Railway Company, a local railroad here in St. Louis that serves the Anheuser-Busch Brewery. Their numbers are 251 and 252. This is the second largest shipper on the line. It's a mixture of a steel coil shipper and a scrapyard. So far, on the spur is an empty steel coil car waiting for some steel coils sitting behind the cars, and two loaded gons loaded with a recently scrapped Bachmann GP40 that came in one of them cheap train sets. The cab is next to the shell of a Walther's B40-8, which was involved, tragically, in a concrete flooring accident. The name of this industry is Friedrich Steel Products Incorporated. This is the largest shipper on the industry, the Dunlap Intermodal Yard. It receives empties and ships out containers, chassis, and trailers on flat cars and well cars. This was originally the Dunlap Tire Company, but when I invested in intermodal equipment and some intermodal equipment was given to me, I decided to add the intermodal industry into the layout. The spur can occupy one 3-unit spine car or two 53-foot well cars. This 2-car spur is New Meidong International Trading Company. It's named after the company I formerly worked for, which was recently bought out and has a new name of St. Louis Wholesale Foods Incorporated. It mainly receives inbounds of fruit, vegetables, and meat products. These two tracks are actually two industries, both of them with two entirely different products. The one with the Missouri, Kansas, Texas green covered hopper is Scott Grain Co-op. It has a capacity of 3 cars and ships out loaded grain cars. It loads out, empties in. The industry next to it is Lord Plastics. It ships out loaded cars of plastic pellets and receives empties. The next industry on the line is Woodhouse Lumber Company, named after a good friend. It has a capacity of 5 cars, but only ships out 2 cars per week. Therefore, it's making it the smallest industry on the line, yet it has the longest siding. This industry, with the Utah Belt car, is the Waukesha Paper Company. It ships out loaded carloads of paper and receives empties. This 1-car track is the McCutcheon Dinnerware Company. It ships out loaded cars of dinnerwares in China. This car is an East St. Louis Junction Railway boxcar with patch for the seaboard system. It was a gift from a really good friend of mine and is really sentimental to me. The 2 tank cars behind the McCutcheon Dinnerware Company is the Maya Oil Company. It ships out vegetable oils and also receives inbound carloads of ethanol. This is Maya. She's the one that Maya Oil Company is named after. The farthest industry is the hardest one to reach from the controls. It's the DeBlasi Sand and Gravel Company. It ships out sand and gravel and receives inbound cars that are empty. This is the last industry on the layout which so far has no name. This is the Rock Furniture Company. It receives inbound loads of furniture for wholesale distribution and sends out empty cars. Occasionally they'll send out a loaded car of returned furniture. This track, which has all these cars on it, is the interchange track to the major Class 1 railroads. These cars have just been received and are waiting to be switched into the various industries, which we'll go to in a moment. All in all, this layout took me about 9 hours to build. The benchwork is a simple L-shaped girder with a 4x8 sheet of plywood on the main long section of the layout, and the small 4x4 square section is also L girder, but with two 2x4 sheets of plywood. The, the way this is built has caused some operational headaches with uncoupling cars. However, with the recent switch to 100% KD number 5 couplers, most of the uncoupling has stopped. But there are a few exceptions. Some of the long cars, like the intermodal equipment that's seen over there at Dunlap Intermodal Company, tend to be put right back into the interchange track right after being switched out, so they won't uncouple whenever going to the spur, leading to the McCutcheon Dinnerware Company and the Wakasha Paper Company.